Welcome to Cosmic Channels. Oh my God, it's so bright in here. As you guys can probably see, the studio is looking pretty bare. Meth laboratories is being shut down. No more meth. No more cooking up in here. It's being sold, so this will be the last recording of Cosmic Channels and meth laboratories. Don't worry, new space is being planned, being made. Is it going to be done by the end of the summer? Maybe. I don't know. But I'll be recording in my house for the time being, so it's just not going to be as cool setup. Probably just green screen for the time being. So maybe I'll do some spooky backgrounds or something. We'll make it work. But we already got a caller on the line. We've got Charlene from Northern Ontario. So let's go to the caller. Charlene, are you there?
Oh, I'm still here.
How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
Just getting everything set up for the big move the studio out of this space and into my house for the next little while.
Cool. All right. So I got a weird theory.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Kind of silly. Me and my boyfriend, we were hanging out, and he was smoking weed. And we had this, I was like, what are we going to do with garbage? Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm cooking soup and it was boiling over.
Oh, yeah. You didn't do the wooden spoon trick over top?
No, I didn't. We were talking about what we do with all the garbage, I guess, on the planet. I don't know. It's a big problem or something. But why not send it off into space and stuff? I get it's very expensive to do such a thing, which makes sense. But then we kept
but will it be forever though? Is it always going to be an issue?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. But we kept talking about sending just send the garbage off into space, into the cosmos. We're wait, what if we're microorganisms from a past civilization, from a past galaxy, and we're just from garbage.
We're just space trash.
Yeah, we just evolved.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting because I guess the second you sent anything to out to space, it's frozen. Right? And so then you're shipping it way down, shooting towards the sun or something. I still never understand why. I'm pretty sure there's countries that just burn it all, and they have some sort of filtration systems that
yeah,
and they use it for energy and stuff. And I feel listen, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a garbage man. I don't know these things. But in my head, I think burning it and having some sort of filter is better than just burying 2 tons of garbage. Just letting it just heat up under the ground for hundreds of years. You're
I agree.
This will be.
And then it turns into the next petroleum oil that we use down the road, after we die.
Yeah, it's the next one. They'll be oh, it was the dinosaur. It must have been the dinosaurs. Could you imagine all these oil reserves are just old dumps from ancient civilizations? Yeah. And we're oh, it's got to be the dinosaurs. And really, no, it was just these ancient landfills.
Yeah, we just kept burying all our shit.
Yeah. No, it's interesting to think about another civilization doing something like that, and just but you could say that about anything. It could be if they crashed here.
True.
If they crashed here, if some sort of biological organism crashed here and left their ship, they left an imprint, right? Somewhere.
Exactly.
Right? Some sort of biological imprint that spread, cause us, who knows, right? It's kind of a fun theory to think about.
That cosmic question of where we came from. But yeah, no, that's all I had. Braden.
Hey, I like the quick little theories. It's all good, Charlene.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks for calling. Right on. Well, glad you're listening, and thanks for being the first caller.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Good night.
Caller is quiet, hey? Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on here. I'll have to test it. I've been moving things around in here, so chances are things are getting bumped. Oh, yeah. There we go. Turn off those deep overheads. Yeah, no. I must have been. They were coming in fine for me, but like I said, everything's been moved and shifted around in here, so there's a very good possibility that something's been just shaken loose. So we'll sort it out on the next caller. Lines are open 1-833-703-0424. We're in the summer sessions. We're just hanging out, taking calls, kind of tweaking things. Haunted Mask's doing good. I don't think that's a haunted. I don't think we can call that a haunted mask. I think that's gonna, if anything, that thing is gonna ward the spirits from ever bugging me, because that was my friend who passed away left me that creepy mask. He knew I loved creepy things, and he thought I would love it, and I do. So I imagine it's got some properties, but we need a call 1-833-703-0424 if you're interested in calling in. Where's my stream? There's the chat. Killian is saying, I just heard the call of the person who saw something on his boat, and I thought, what if it was a narco submarine? That's an interesting thing. The thing is, he said it was so shallow, so that thing must cruise pretty shallow. The one interesting thing that I saw someone sent me on Instagram was, and you know what? Maybe let's set this up. Maybe let's set up this little window. It was called Navy manta ray boat. And it's like a top secret boat. We'll bring that in after this caller. Let's see if I can get the audio working on this one. Cosmic Channels, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Braden.
Hey, John. Just give me a
Sound
second.
check. Sound check. What's going on?
I think you sound okay.
I have a feeling this might get cut. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
I might use it.
So you're doing this during the debate, so now you have to talk in Trump voice this entire episode.
You're gay!
Hey, but for real, I saw this...
Oh, ouch. Hit me with that. I think I tweaked it. I honestly must have just bumped the box on the sound check, so I think that sorted it out. No, let's work on this. So this Navy manta ray, it's an unmanned, basically Navy drone. I'm going to pull up the image here. And then what I'm going to do is this. We're going to set up, because I've always wanted to set up a viewing window so that I can watch. Some people send me in pictures and stuff, and the stream can never see it. So I think maybe right here, I'll put a little viewing box. So these are tweaks to the show. We're going to do real time until we kick off season 9 in September. Window capture. That's what I need. Window capture. This is going to be display. And I'll show you guys this image and tell me what you think. So, that's too big. Way too big. But if I put that there, is that too big? A little smaller? But I want people to be able to see what I'm talking about here. But you can see this, there's this, it's supposed to be this, top secret, manta ray, it's called. It's an underwater drone, apparently. And someone sent me this, and they said they're like, hey, I listened to that USO call, and I think that's what this person may have seen. Now, he didn't say that he saw any fin or anything, but, this picture, that we're seeing, maybe this thing also has some sort of stealth capabilities that we don't know. That could, I don't know what the wake size could be on this thing, but, it's interesting. I've been seeing some more stuff. A lot of people love that USO call. It's a good one. It's a bit too small. Okay. What about, you know what I think I'll do? Once I'm back in the house, probably next week. I might have to take next week off depending how, but I could have this big and just have it behind me, my head in front of it. Or, you know what I do? This is what I do. Okay, hold on. Watch this. We're going to duplicate this. And this is going to be called Showing Off. So showing off, we'll go to this, go big display. And we're going to go little Braden on this one. And I'll just sit right here on this one. Ah, look at this. Huh? So when I'm showing everyone something, showing off, go to display, except the only thing I want to do is I want to crop out. Don't want you all seeing all my what I'm looking at. There we go. Look at that. Huh? How's that? Right? Now I'm showing stuff. But then I start to hide in the comments. But that's all right. Oh, you know what I'll do? So when I'm showing something, I don't think I need the picture, the cosmic channels when I'm showing something. I don't think so anyways. Where is that? No. Oh, yeah, so I can get rid of that. And then look. I'll just throw myself right in that top corner. But see the chat, whatever. It's all right. No, there's no foot fungus popping up there. Lines are open though. 1-833-703. You got something you got an idea for the show. Look how big that thing is. Who said that's small? That's a Zodiac. That's pretty big. It's a pretty big unmanned drone. There we go. And see this one, I'll just delete this. Don't need it. Remove. Showing off. There we go. Big. But you know what I'm going to do with the chat box here? Chat box. Make that chat box. Oh, you know what? Control Z, Z. Chat box on this one. Add transfer. Bring that top way down. Add this one to, let's go 150. Nope. Let's go 150. Oh, 220. There we go. I think that's a ticket right there. There we go. Right? Look at this. Huh? So I'm showing something we can watch, you know, because so many people send Cosmic Channels spooky videos. That's been one of the things. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. People, somebody look like the neighbor on Home Improvement, Wilson. And then this should go back. Perfect, right? Look at that. Now we're back to big screen. So I can showing off. We want to look at something together. So if you, this is nice because then if you're sending in like an image, like some people have, I have not had the capabilities to show off the pictures, but now I do. So that's kind of cool. Kind of fun little trick. Having said that, what are we thinking for the bars? Like when people are talking, right? When those bars come up. Someone call in 1-833-703-0424. Let's discuss what we're gonna do with. Oh, you know, you guys want to know? Like we can get crazy. You want to get crazy? Look at this. Like, can we do something? Well, let's do we'll do a slide. Slow slide. Look at this. I can do something. I think I can even do look at this. Woohoo! How about that, huh? How we liking that? You like the quick slide? I'm just having fun here. I think it's like the slow transition. I think it looks cool. I don't know. I'm listening to you guys. But someone call in 1-833-703-0424. Then we can figure out what we want to do with the waveform. Do we want it stacked on the side here when it calls on, or maybe horizontal on the left here, or back to a circle? I don't know. It's tough to determine. The other thing is I got huge loops cut in. But what are we thinking, everyone? You like that? You like the slow change that's showing off? Someone watching spooky videos? Yeah, I think so. It's just a nice. You know what's weird though? I think it's weird. Going to be weird with the stream starting. There we go. Maybe not. I don't know. I think I might be able to custom every single one, but I think it's all right. There we go. Pushing it over. No, I think that looks good, especially for showing something. I like the way you had it set up. Had it. Well, we're mixing it up. We got to change it up. We got to keep it fresh, man. Every season, I'm doing something new. Never doing something the same. So, maybe we go back to that in another season. But we got to kind of come up new fresh ideas. Got to keep the show, the live stream, fresh. And one of the things I want to do is review, like videos and stuff people send in. People send in videos of creepy stuff, and they're like, "Oh, what are your thoughts?" So I kind of want to do something to that. But someone call in. I want to tweak these audio bars when people talk, but I can't do that without a call. 1-833-703-0424. That's 1-833-703-0424. Give me a call. You listen. You want to support the show? Help pay the bills for 2025. Keep the show going. Do it. Links in the description. Click it. Make sure you're watching this subscribe to Cosmic Channels YouTube, Cosmic Channels Instagram, Cosmic Channels Facebook. Yes, let's do this. But I need a call so we can work through this. The other thing is, let's look at this. All right, let's go. Instagram. No. There's the call. There we go. Cosmic Channels. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name's Daryl. I'm from down in Louisiana.
Now, what do you think here, John? Do we do like a stacked on the side here when the call's on?
What?
Like, do I do a stacked bars on the side when the call's on? I'm just not sure what to do.
Hang on, I need to fast forward and turn my volume down.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because I can tweak all sorts of. There's different wave meters. Let's just go through them. I think so we got the stepped side meter. Talk for a second.
Hello.
So we got stepped meter. What about leveled meter? Is talk again?
Hello.
That's just solid bars.
Hello.
We got bars. What's the bars do? Talk again?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Let's talk again.
Hello.
So I could do I could do something like this, like all across the bottom.
Yeah. I haven't got to that part. The live stream hasn't gotten to where we're talking, but I'm looking.
I'm just trying to think of what's gonna look the best. So I was doing the radial.
Oh, I like the one that looks like a circle and kind of blasting out of it.
Yeah, well, I can do like so. Radial layout. Hold on.
Because it's not too much on the screen. You know what I mean?
Talk again.
Let you know. Hello.
Like kind of like there.
Hang on.
Maybe a little bigger.
Wait, I mean.
Well, I can do bars, but I can also do. I think I can do a curve. Oh, excuse me. Talk again.
Hello.
I don't think.
Hello.
Testing.
Bars. Testing. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 1. Is there anybody in the chat? I told you, man. It's debate night.
I know my biggest audience is the States. That's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind. I figured
if one person calls in with one story, that's a win. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. One, and honestly, with the summer, I think the show does better in the fall. Like just looking at the numbers, and I'm like, I think this is like a fall winter show. Really, I think that's when people are more interested in spooky things, and then they listen to it in the summer. But like calling in, it's more people are in home, and it's easier when it's night out. Like right now, it's like hot as balls outside, bright and sunny. Like who wants to be inside? Calling about spooky stories. Everyone's having beers now. It's beer season.
Why don't you so whenever you're it's a slow night like tonight, you could always put together like a little mini tiny case file of your own, you know?
Yeah, buddy. I don't. I don't. I'm not a Dan. That's the.
Oh,
I can't
but
do that. I'm stupid. Dude. I'm dumb.
you got plenty of time to study.
Talk again. Let's see. I'm trying to.
Hello, hey, guess what, Braden? In less than a month.
Oh, I like that. What? Oh, look. I like this.
In less than a month, I'm gonna have another child.
Oh my God. Why have you done this to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, number 6.
That's congratulations, man. Are you seriously
Yeah,
6?
Yeah, number 6.
You are, my friend. You are a wild man.
I only got one boy, and I have identical twin daughters too.
You know what? I think color's quiet again.
Huh?
Yeah. What the hell's going on? Hold on. Keep talking for a second.
Huh? What'd you say?
Keep talking. Just keep talking about your girls.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, having a 6th kid is like drowning and somebody hands you a baby, you know?
I mean,
No fun.
that's insane because like I always joke, I'm like even having 3, like if you had 3, because we're right now talking about having 2, you have a third. Third is life changing because it's like you got to get a new vehicle. You need some sort of special. You're buying bunk beds or something. Like you got to change everything. So having 6, you're just like, what, you run into commune? What's going on there?
I mean, I got a 15-passenger van.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm gonna fill that mofo up.
yeah, that's the tick. You're 100%. You're gonna have to. Hey, look at this. Hold on, we got a Aussie. Jared, hey Braden, just wanted to say keep up the good work. It's an amazing show. Listening all the way from Melbourne down under Australia. Hey, cheers, Jared.
You spelled Braden. You spelled my name wrong. You put Braden. It's supposed to be John.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, thanks for the comment.
No, I think I like this little circle. I like this.
Yeah, I
little
do too. I think it looks nice.
That looks cool. Adds, and I think when I hang up on you, it disappears. No, it doesn't. Damn it! And I hung up on him. I thought it would disappear. I have it set that when it's hide graph, normalize volume. I don't like that little pulse. Process while muted. No, I wish it actually disappeared. But I think it's better if it doesn't. Maybe it'll just. I thought it would, but Garth, thanks for tuning in from New Zealand. Yeah, well, hey, listen, you guys got a story? 1-833-703-0424. You want to share? We're just shooting the shit, everyone. It's summer sessions. Like I said, it's if I get a call, it's great through the summer. If not, it's just this is the time I set aside to come in and tweak and work on Cosmic Channel. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So I got this one call on. We got the showing off. But now I got to make this waveform visualizer on this one. There it is. Look at that. I just don't know where to put it now. Like this screen is getting maybe I'll just leave it in the corner. I'll only hang up on you, John. You're the only guy. I've never hung up on anyone else, I don't think. On purpose, anyways. I'll just leave it there. I think that's fine. I like that. I like this little circle. We'll keep it there. 1-833-703-0424. You know what? Someone hold on. Let me see if this works. I'm gonna pull in some. I made some long version music because I drove me crazy. I had like 8,000 different make it small in the corner of my face, little teardrop. I had so many different songs. It was driving me crazy. So now I've got just like one song, but I don't know the volume, if this volume's going to be good. Can you guys hear this volume? Just let me know if this is the background view. Is the background music too loud, or is it good? This is my curiosity now. So I think I have it nice and creepy, but I can't. The problem is I can't hear the music through the way I stream. So I don't know if it's good or not. But I've got that one nice and long. It's gonna kick off. It's not gonna loop. It's not gonna restart. So now I just have one long song. And what I thought was gonna be is you can't hear the music, eh? I feel like you should definitely hear it. Oh, I think it's just a slow burn. Let me boost. Whoops. Let me boost this. It should be just like really low. Real low bass. There we go. I think I got it turned up a little bit. How's that? Huh? How's that? Good? I think it's probably fucking super loud now, isn't it? What's the thoughts? Super loud now? Like, I just don't want it overpowering. And I have a feeling that it's probably super overpowering now. I turned it back down to 0. I zeroed it to the normal. So I don't know. Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, good. It should just play in the background. I don't want it overpowering. So like, you know, you want it in the background, but I don't want it to, you know, be the focal point. I want it to be adding to a story, not taking away from it, if that makes sense. You know what's funny? I don't know if this... Where is this? Lizard Caveman sent this in. Look at that. Cool. Cosmic Channels, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Braden. It's Chris. I'm calling from Ontario, Canada, Ontario.
What's going on? I'm from Canada. I don't know any other Is there more Ontarios?
Well, there's the Ontario, California. I just wanted to specify.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had no idea.
Anyway.
What's going on tonight?
Not much, man. Everybody's watching that debate shit, eh? My wife's watching it too, but I was watching you because
listen. Listen. The debate's gonna be funny. It's gonna be hilarious. But when it's not hilarious, it's gonna be terribly boring. First, someone who's not has any interest in politics in the States. So I'll watch the highlights. I'm sure they'll post the best of clips for guys like me.
Yeah, I'm not really too interested in it, so.
Yeah. What do you got for us tonight?
I wanted to tell you about some of the creepy stuff that happens in my apartment, like my wife and I's apartment.
Oh, let's hear it.
All right, so my wife, she sees shadow people, like, regularly.
Asleep or
I
awake?
never see them. Like, she's, like, in the middle of the night, like, she'll wake up, like, to go pee or something, and there'll be a shadow person, like, standing in the doorway.
Do you guys own the house, or just...
No, it's an apartment in, like a low-rise apartment building.
Damn, because the apartment's a scary one, because you're like, it might not even be your unit. Something could be going on somewhere else.
No, like the next door neighbor lady, she's mentioned that she saw them in her apartment too, so I'm sure we're not the only one, like. But, so like it'll stand in the doorway, or it'll pace back and forth up and down the hallway. And like, my wife's way more, like, she's brave. She doesn't like it, but if she has to pee in the middle of the night, she'll like wait till it walks down the other end of the hallway, and then she'll get out of bed and go pee.
Like, you can see the shadow enough that you can time to miss it.
She does. Like, she'll lay there and watch it, and it'll walk, like, I guess it's a certain amount of time, and it'll face back and forth, she says. And she's like, all right, like, after watching it so long, like, she's afraid to get out of bed, but after so long, she's like, fuck this, I have to pee. So she'll just, like, make a run for it when it's at the other end of the hall.
Ugh. That is
I
terrifying.
know, right? So
And then, so
like,
what does she do? She does the
sometimes-
same thing when she's done. She like peeks out and like sees where it's
I
at.
guess when she's done, like it's not there anymore, or it's like she just goes back to bed. Like it's never like right there, but it'll be standing in the doorway or pacing in the hall, or like there's been a few times where she's told me in the morning like they've been in the bedroom.
Oh,
Like she says it'll stand at the side of the bed. I think it's other than one time, it's always just one, and I think another time there was two. She said one was in the doorway and one was in the bedroom.
so is this thing like? Do you see them too, or is it? Do you think maybe it's something that just your wife is sensitive to?
I think she's sensitive to it because she's seen them all her life. She says like at different places she lived, like when she was a kid and stuff.
Weird.
But like I've never seen them here, but like we've had other things that I've been witness to, right? Like so with the shadow people, like the worst thing I think was one time in the middle of the night, she said it felt like a hand grabbed onto her calf and like yanked her leg in bed.
Ooh.
And she flipped out. Like I woke up. That's like I never wake up. She usually like when she sees them, she tries to wake me up, and I won't wake up.
Yeah.
But this time, like she flipped out, and I woke up, and she told me, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, whatever." You go back to sleep.
Oh, that's so terrifying.
So one night, I guess like a similar kind of thing, I woke up because the entire bedspread got yanked off like the bottom corner of the bed. Like the whole blanket just got like right off the bed. And I woke up and I was like, holy shit. And I saw it like on the floor, and I just like kind of grabbed it and pulled it back onto the bed and went back to sleep.
Man, that is so it's like it's physically interacting with our world. It's not just a shadow. It's whatever this
Yeah.
thing is like.
So we assume the shadows, like we assume it's one thing, right? Like I guess it could be two different things, but we just kind of assume that it's one thing.
Ooh.
So there's been those things. Like she said she's felt like, you know, like weight on the bed, and I felt that one time on my side of the bed. I felt like somebody sat down, and then like 10 seconds later it felt like somebody stood up, like the weight lifted off.
Yeah, see, that's so unnerving because like that's the one place like when you're laying in bed where you're like, don't fuck with me.
It seems like that's where like the majority of the stuff happens when we're in bed. Like the rest of the time, like my apartment's not creepy. Like it doesn't bother me any other time. Like it's not like, I kind of think of it as like, I guess it's a haunted apartment, but it's not what you'd think of as like, you know, I don't dread coming home, or we're not uncomfortable in our house. I think maybe my wife is a little bit more than I am because she sees them.
What about when she's by herself?
She seems to be fine. Like she's mostly home. Like I'm away most of the day. She's home. Nothing ever seems to happen in the daytime. Well, actually, with one exception, something actually happened yesterday.
Oh.
Which is why I wanted to call you today. So, yesterday, in the middle of the day, I was at work. There's an elderly lady in the building. One of our neighbors came up and she asked my wife to help her write something because the old lady, like, she shakes and she can't write well.
Yeah.
And my wife was writing out whatever this was, like, on an envelope, and as she was writing it, the Bic pen, like, just launched out of her hand. Like, it jumped out of her hand and flew
Like
halfway across
someone
the
came
living
in and
room.
was like just pinched it.
Just like yanked it, and it landed like under the couch. Like when I got home from work, she said it disappeared. She's like, I think it went under the couch. Can you look? And I was like, yeah, there is a pen down.
Well, and listen, that's at no fault of hers. I like if someone yeets a pen out of my hands and it goes under the couch,
Yeah.
my brain, like my paranoid brain, goes, you got to be out of your goddamn mind if you think I'm putting my arm under there to get it. That's exactly what this thing wants me to do. It's gonna yank me under the couch. I'm
pretty sure that's what she was thinking
Yeah.
too. She's like, fuck it, he can get it later when he comes home.
Yeah, that's why ghosts can't get me, man. I got that. I'm always on edge. I'm like, no, not a chance. I'm not getting that. Pen's gone. Could be the last pen in existence. I'd be like, well, it's unfortunate. Get some writing in blood.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
And one, like another thing I've witnessed. So, like in the shower, you know those like little shelf things like on a compression rod that goes in the corner, with like little shelves for your shampoo and shit.
Yeah.
So we got one of those, and like it's got like 3 shelves, so 2 of the shelves are hers and 1 is mine. And I noticed one time, like this would be like a couple of months ago, I go and have a shower, and like her little like loofah sponge, it's on my shelf. And I was like, oh, that's weird, because she never puts it there. And I was like, maybe just her shelf is too full, so she tossed it on mine. I was like, whatever. Put it back on hers, and then maybe like a few days later, I saw it again. I think it was 3 times I noticed this, and I was like, fuck, like I guess she needs shelf space in the shower. So I was like, whatever. I didn't really think anything of it. And then like the night after that, she asked me, she's like, have you been using my loofah sponge? I'm like, no, why the fuck would I use your loofah sponge? She's like, well, it keeps ending up on your shelf. Like, why do you put it there? I was like, I don't put it there. I thought you'd been putting it there. She's like,
You're like,
I put it on my own.
My shelf?
And I
Like,
was like,
that's rich.
I was like, yeah. I was like, so that's. I was like, huh, I've actually seen it there like 3 or 4 other times. I was like, you haven't been doing that? She's like, no. I'm like, oh, well, that's a bit strange then. Whatever.
Okay, I'm going to put something uncomfortable into your mind.
All right.
Is there any chance in your apartment building and in your unit that you could potentially be housing like some sort of frogger?
No.
No? Okay. I just had to check, man.
No, it's not. Yeah.
You,
No, we got like.
you're saying that, and now you're like, well, I better double check everywhere.
No, fuck. There's like there's like 1,000 square feet. We don't have an attic or a crawl space or anything. No.
But like no loose master key around where someone's helping themselves.
No.
But it wouldn't make sense
But,
for
like,
the pen and stuff to like, because you turn, you'd be like, oh, hey, there's a person here.
So the weird thing about the loofah sponge in the shower is like we kind of have like a bedtime like routine, right? Like she showers first, and then I shower after.
Yeah.
And like there's, I don't know, like maybe 15-20 minutes in between. So if she's putting it back on her own shelf, and then 20 minutes later when I go in, it's on my shelf. Like it means it just like it was in that time. Like it just happened. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, it must have just happened. Like, it's got to be in that short period of time in between. But it's also so pointless. Like,
what's the point of doing it? Yeah.
It's not scary. It wasn't even annoying because neither one of us, we just thought the other one did it.
Some people just want to watch the world burn. There's no rhyme or reason to what they do. Right? This maddening. I mean, it's interesting because I'm like, it's weird that you have another person in the apartment that says they've seen things like this. But what do you guys think? Like, you guys must talk and have some sort of, you guys must come up with some theories of what or who it is.
She just calls them her shadows. Like, we just say ghosts because, like, I don't know, because we don't know, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we just call it the ghosts, or she'll just tell me like randomly. She'll like in the morning she'll say, oh, the shadows were back last night. They did this. They stood in the way, or they stood at the foot of the bed, whatever.
Weird.
So yeah, we don't know what they are. So I'm not sure. I wonder, like, it's like a theory. So I think sometimes that I astral project in my dreams, like unintentionally.
Okay.
I feel like I have dreams that I'll be like I'll go to a certain place. It's not even like somewhere that I know. Like I'll have a dream that I'm in this place, and there's no substance to the dream, but I know I'm at this place. And then like I'll have other dreams in the future, and like I'll be in the same place. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Like the settings, the dream changes, but the setting remains the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've even like seen it. I've seen it from the same angle, and I've seen like the same place from a different angle. Like I think, and I've had other things throughout my life too. So I think that somehow I astral project, and I wonder either if the shadow is like when you astral project, is there like, does it create some sort of like negative energy when you're out of your body, and she can see that? Like, is it me that does the shadow person? That doesn't explain the rest of the shit.
That's interesting. That like you're not seeing it because you're the cause.
Because I'm the one, yeah, and that's why.
Oh, that gave me little shivers. That little gave me shivers. She's got to dump your ass.
hey, Canada Day is our 10-year anniversary. She's not going anywhere.
No, I'm kidding. But that gave me shivers down my spine thinking that. Like, you don't see them because they're there for you.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like, you hear when people astral project, they don't want to be away from their meat body for too long because something else can try to go in it. Maybe it's that shit.
Ooh.
That's even worse.
Oh, that's worse. Like something's follow and lurks around you because they know that you're unconsciously leaving, so they're looking for an in.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like those theories at all. They're way too creepy. Terrifying.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't know, man. I've had weird sleep.
Well, I mean,
because
that would explain it. The idea that something's creeping around, waiting for you to kind of leave your meat suit, would make sense because this thing also affects your wife while you're not there. So it's like it's hanging around, just the apartment. So it's and then other people are seeing it, but not you, which then kind of adds to the fact that of like maybe it is there for you.
Dude, and it's always like I have this joke like I got fucking pokerooed, like I missed him again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's so, man, that's really terrifying. Really terrifying.
Like on the topic of like accidentally astral projecting or whatever you want to call it, like inadvertently doing it unintentionally. Like when I was a kid, I used to get sleep paralysis like kind of regularly, like for years, and I didn't know what it was back then because that was like the early 90s.
Yeah.
So like adding these things together, maybe it is something to do with being out of your physical body. Like I have no idea.
Yeah, that's
no idea.
Yeah, I mean that's just terrifying. That like gave me, because we always talk about the like, people. There's some people that are just sensitive and have gifts to see things, but like I never thought I've never kind of even for a second thought about, well, maybe there's people that are sensitive to like, possession, and these things, and they're lurking, waiting, like, just waiting for an in. That's
maybe
terrifying.
Yeah, there's some layers to it, and as soon as like you think you figure it out, you're like, oh, this makes sense, and you're like, no, but it can't make sense. Like,
yeah, it's
something else. You place another factor into it, and you're like, no, then that doesn't work. Either that, or it's two separate things.
Yeah, it's
like
I don't like that thought that there's something waiting for you. Like I hate that. I hate that so much.
They could be everywhere waiting for anybody. But also, like, the funny thing is, like I said, like, it doesn't feel scary. Like, I don't dread going to sleep. I sleep like a fucking rock.
Yeah, you sleep like a baby because you have no idea. It's everyone else that's sensitive to seeing these things that are like, God damn, these things want this guy. You're like, I have no idea. Ignorance is bliss, right?
Yeah.
Right? In this sense.
Like I like we're happy at home. Like I like my apartment. It's not scary. Like you hear those stories where people are like, they just dread going home, or as soon as they moved into this place, they knew something was wrong. Like it doesn't have that kind of a feeling. It's just an apartment, right?
And the other thing is like, I would say like you definitely, when the vibe's off. Like when you go to a place, like I've been to other people's houses and you go in and you're just like, I don't feel comfortable in this house. I don't know why. I felt it once. Where was that?
I've been in it was like an abandoned house, and we went in this room, and you're like, something's not right in here. It just feels weird. But,
I mean,
like I've never had that here though.
I think sometimes you just got to trust your intuition. So the fact that you're not getting that there, I think that's a positive. Like I would say you don't have anything to worry about, and it doesn't sound like whatever's doing these things is doing anything maliciously. It's kind of seems like it's like being a bug, you know what I mean? Like, there goes your pen. That's funny.
Yeah. That's kind of what I've always said. I was like, whatever, if they're here, there's like nothing we can do about it. Just don't scare my wife, and I don't give a shit. Right? Like, don't steal my keys, and don't scare my wife and my dog.
Yeah, get a Ouija. Get a Ouija. See if you get any hits.
don't
Don't
know.
open the door. Don't open the door.
As much as I want to, I'm like, no, let's just not.
Don't open the door.
But I hear people like in some other like online groups, and they're like, oh, you need to cleanse this and that. And you're like, well, they don't really do anything bad. Why? Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
I agree. If they're not, if these things are hanging around and they're not being malicious and this, it's like, are you gonna salt and sage everything? Like, what if that they don't go away and now they're like, hey, now we're fucking choked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, no, I agree with you, man. That's I think like let it be. I mean, it seems like it's more of a like interesting stories come of it. So I would let it be. Like, I wouldn't worry if it was any kind of annoyance. I'd maybe sage.
Yeah, but it's not even really that. Like maybe for her, and that's what I always make light of it. And she's kind of like, oh yeah, it's nothing for you.
Yeah.
Like I know it kind of annoys her. At the least it annoys her, right?
Has she ever tried to interact with the shadows she sees?
I don't think she tries to interact. Like I said, like they never, other than pacing back and forth, or like when she had something grab her, like they kind of just stand there.
I'm just so curious. Right? Like I'm so curious. Like and I'm curious because it's not me. Because I would never be like walk up to it. You know what I mean? Like if I saw I've seen something. I don't know if it was a shadow person or what, but I've seen something and I froze in fear. And I felt like a fear I've never felt in my entire life. I couldn't even control my inner monologue. So it's like to say like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go up and see what these things are. I bet like you have such a survival instinct to be like, nah, I'm not doing that.
I thought one night I was laying, like it was all dark and stuff, and I was laying on my back, and I thought I saw one night in like my peripheral vision, like I thought one was standing on my side of the bed.
Yeah.
And like I was legitimately scared.
You know what?
And I was like, okay. Like, and I'm trying to wake her up with my foot and stay calm, and like my mind's racing. I was like, holy fuck, this is it. Like I see it, and I was like, what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna wake her up. Like I'm gonna see if I can wake her up, and I'm just gonna try and hit this thing. Like I'm gonna punch it and see what happens. Like either there'll be nothing there, or I'm gonna fucking punch this thing. So, like it was like fight or flight, but I was in my bed. There was no flight. So
there's also a saying: you fuck around, you find out. And you hit this thing, and you hit an object, and you're like, oh, like now you're.
So like I have like a mild heart attack, and then I decide she wakes up and she's like, what? And I was like, do you see it? And she's like, see what? And I was like, I think one of them's beside the bed. Ooh. And I just like flung my arm out. Dude, it was the blanket like hooked up beside my head, making like kind of a coney. Triangle shape, and it was the fucking blanket. I was like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot, but I was so scared.
See it's so interesting that people have these experiences, and like you mentioned with the fleeting glances, people chalk that up to a phenomenon, but like I grew up in a house where we would have this like unexplained things would happen in this house, and like you would have legit fleeting glances, and it would always be like if you were sitting in the living room, it would almost be like you would only see someone's like back half of their body walking around a corner, and you'd be like, you would you'd be like, who's that? No one's home. What? And you kind of like peek and like no one's there, and like people are like, oh, it's a phenomenon of fleeting glances and thing, and I'm like, yeah, except I've never experienced that ever anywhere else other than that house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like people can chalk that up to like phenomenon and stuff, but like, I mean, there's other people I'm sure can attest to seeing this, but it's like I've had those experiences where I'm like, I don't have them in my current house, never, not once. And like when I was growing up, like, and even into my like teenage years, I would be like, I was uncomfortable to be home alone because you'd be like, you'd hear like you're just always on edge. You're like, what is that? What is that? What was that? Terrifying. Maybe I watched too many horror movies growing up. I don't know. Something messed me up.
Dude, I'm like that. Like in the wintertime, like I got snowplow in the wintertime, so you're out like all god-awful hours of the night, and like you're out in the country in the bush and stuff. I listen to scary podcasts and shit. Like I'm always on edge.
Yeah, I mean that's it's a recipe. I mean I'm the same. Like I watched 0 horror movies, and then between September and right before Christmas, I watch every horror movie that I haven't seen in the past year, like all of them, just and then all my favorite classics, and then I'm scared to turn all the lights off in my house for 6 months after until summer. So it's just kind of the cycle of me. So hey man, thank you so much for calling in with those shadow people stories, and if you have more experiences and stuff, or if things escalate, or you get more interesting encounters with them, please call back in. And I'd love to hear from your wife.
Absolutely, I will do, brother.
Right on, man. Take care of yourself.
Thanks, Braden. Have a good night.
Ooh. The fact of thinking, if someone pitched to me that hey, maybe it's you, maybe they're here for you, I'd be like, well, we're saging the entire house, and I'm gonna have sage in my pockets all the time. Lines are up at 1-833-703-0424. You can call in. The last horror movie I watched was The Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, that movie is. I'm trying to think of what the first one is. I can't remember. Is the first one the one with the family in the RV, or is that the first one where they get lost and their tires get popped and they end up at the gas station? Is that the first Hills Have Eyes? Where I just can't remember, because I know there's one with commandos or something, or military men. I think that's the second one. But the first one is, listen, nobody likes freaks out in the desert. It's terrifying. I wouldn't like that. And then you see those what's that YouTube, the Whitakers? And then you see them and you're like, man, they're real. Those Hills Have Eyes people are real. They're out there. It's terrifying. Yeah, you're in for some trouble. And honestly, people are the worst. When I watch horror movies, the ones with ghosts and stuff like that, I'm always terrifying. There's really good ones, The Conjurings I love, and stuff like that. But the really good I always like the horror movies that always get me are when it's someone in it's a real person, and because then you're like, oh, they can that could really happen. And you watch biopic. I consume way too much media about murderers and killers and horror and stuff. I'm always like, ooh. No, the Whitakers, yeah, that's what it is, right? When the one guy's like, that's all he does, the one brother, and they're like, yeah, he's my brother, and then they're like, oh, who's his mom? And he's like, me, and you're like, you just said he's a brother. What? How does that work? Yeah, they're something else. That family. Hey, I don't know them at all. Maybe they might be the nicest people in the world. Whitakers. I don't know. I don't know what they like to do. I'm just saying you're not holding a good conversation with them. The lines are open 1-833-703-0424. I'm hanging out for a little bit tonight. So I saw Duchess of Doobies was on there asking. The other thing I got to do, I got to make a new QR code or something. I liked the first one, but no one explained to me that QR codes expire. I didn't know that. So I was using this cool one. I was like, this is awesome. It looks cool. And then I got an email being like, your QR code's expired. And I was like, what? I was like, how is that even a thing? Is it easier just link in the bios? I don't know. All I know is, we got 184 days to raise about $800 more to continue into 2025. And I'm going to go full steam in the fall, absolute full steam. I'm thinking, just so everyone on the stream knows, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to release one more episode next week. I haven't decided, but I think I'm going to release one more episode next week of just fan read submissions by yours truly, because no one sent them in except Lizard Caveman sent one in. So it'll be me reading all the stories and Lizard Caveman reading one story. And then I think I'm going to take next week off. Shadow Ursi, legend. I'm going to take next week off. I'm not going to do a stream next week, just because I have a sneaking suspicion that because I've got to get rid of everything in this trailer, move it in, get everything set up, I have a feeling that it's going to be a bit of a fucking zoo for me this weekend, next week. So I think I'm not going to record next week. I'm going to release one more episode, and then I actually think I'm not going to release any more episodes until August. I think the month of July I'm not going to drop a single episode. And this reason being is I just have a suspicion that this show does better in the winter, in the fall, because our numbers really were ramping up at the beginning, really ramping up, and they've just been on a steady little decline here. And I think that's because it's a spooky show and people like to listen to it during spooky season and when things are dark and after Christmas, and not so much in the summer. I don't think it's the most summer friendly show. That's just my personal take on it, and I could be wrong. I have no idea. I don't know how any of this works. Yeah, exactly. Shadow Sea. People are staying inside. They're listening. They're coming in. They don't want to go outside. It's cold in a lot of places, so they're on. They're already consuming media. Where it's like in the summer, people are out and about at 6 o'clock. It's hard, right? And it's like I can't really do this show any later. That's the thing. I can't push Cosmic Channels to like 7, because then 7's 10 for East Coasters. You know what I mean? So then it's like, it's a little late. So either way, but like I said, I'm like hanging out and tweaking things. I'm just trying to think of what else we want to do for season 9. What in the chat? What are you wanting to see? What's some things you like to change? I got this cool showing off page now, so we can watch spooky videos together. Now I was gonna pull one up. You know what I can do? This is awesome, actually, because I can prep it, so I can insert this and then show you guys. I wanted to show you guys this one. I actually posted a little clip of it on my... How do I open messages? There we go. Requests. Ugh. You know what the weird thing about Cosmic Channels is that I've never experienced in any other Instagram or social media? For some reason, I don't know why, but the Cosmic Channels Instagram gets more like spam bot request messages for like one, want to grow your Instagram, and 2, like, check out my hot videos. I get like so many of those hidden requests on your like other bar. It's insane. Yes, Shadow Sea. That's like that's really one I want to get. I want to get more. I've seen this in the woods and wilderness. Like, it's those stories of like people like hunting and stuff like that. It's terrifying. Like I'm really it's really scary. And I'd love to get more of those. All right, so hold on. Let's see. Okay. This is... Okay, what about this one? Okay, I don't think you guys are going to see it, but I can put a showing off here. I got this sent to me. Chilling discovery. Humanoid with glowing eyes lurks deep within the cave's darkness. Someone said, well, what are your thoughts on this? Well, the thing is like there's a clear edit in this video. I was watching it earlier today. Let's wait till it restarts here and you get a little glimpse at this thing. It zooms in, you see there's some weird object, but then you get some like weird like spider sense rings, like whop whop, like a clear edit on the video. So then I'm like, did someone put that in for flair? Or is that just because it's a fully edited video. Like, it's kind of weird, but it does look somewhat like it is a humanoid. It's in a black suit. But also, it's your own fault if you're exploring caves. If you're out there exploring caves, and it's your own fault, in my opinion. I don't think any of us should be out there exploring caves. It's too dangerous. Everyone goes missing all the time. Yeah, we're getting fake news. Yeah, I think so too. We got that one. Let's see what else. What other one did I have here? I was messaging a couple. I love did you guys see the video of the baby? I was like impressive. I was like, first off, just impressive. If that's a thing. How do I don't even know how to open it. Watch full reel. Yeah. Oh. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay, here. This video. Look at this. The baby just balancing on the crib. I mean, that's it's pretty wild. The baby just shrieking. That's impressive. That's impressive. If we're saying that this is just a baby, and then he just bails back into the crib, but like, look at that. Look at that balance. This is impressive. If we're not saying that's spooky, that's impressive as itself, like in itself. Like I don't know how, like, baby in a crib, right? Like, I mean, my son's 15 months. He can't climb that thing yet. How big's that ledge? You know what I mean? Is he getting scared? But still, I mean, that's creepy in the middle of the night. Really creepy thing to see as you're, trying to go to sleep at night. I couldn't imagine. And then I had one more I'll show you guys, and then I might sign up for the summer session number 2 here. See if I can find it here. Yeah, Olympic gymnast, yeah, or something. Yeah, it's wild. I don't see it here. I just see him getting all these. All I'm seeing is that Hawk Tua. That's it. People have been sending me non-stop. Was this it? Oh, man. Okay, so it was like this old woman that someone walks by, and it's like some uncanny valley stuff, and they're like, I can't find it. I don't know where it is. It's just all unfortunate. Lines are open. I got time for one more call. 1-833-703-0424 before we sign this thing out. That's gonna be it for this week of Cosmic Channels. Guys, I'm gonna take a week off next week. I've got a bunch of I've just got a bunch of work to do because I've sold meth laboratories. I'm gonna start building the studio in the backyard. I've got to move all this into a bedroom. I've got to move all this stuff I had in here into my garage. So next week I'm gonna take it off. I'll be back July 11th for summer sessions number 3. We hang out, shoot the shit. So you got stories, tell your friends, and then we got to figure out. We're still sitting on, a couple $100 outside of paying the 2025 bills. A couple $100 that I had set aside for the UK line and some ads, but let's just look at the UK numbers. I mean, abysmal. Three people from London downloaded the latest episode. I mean, the latest episode is just a best of, but I know one of them. So Stokey J, 100%. He's downloading it. You know, so it's like, just in my head, I'm like, is it worthwhile to spend that money not on ads and do a UK line for so few UK listeners? I don't know. We'll decide. I go with the flow. So we can look at the numbers. We'll look at the numbers on July 11th, and we'll see. Happy birthday, Ruben. Remind me on July 11th, and we'll wish you happy birthday on the stream. Thanks for everyone joining the chat. Everyone who's donating, helping the show keep the lights on, and supporting Cosmic Channels, and liking posts, and commenting on posts, and watching endless episodes on repeat on YouTube to get us that numbers. Speaking of which, we are just under 2,000 hours, and we need another 1,000 before the end of the year. So we should definitely, slowly start working. We had Jericho. A huge shout out to Jericho. Thank you so much. Anyways, Cosmic Channels are now closed. We will see you on July 11th. Peace out, everybody.